Barça. Today, welcome to a new video where we're going to tell you what's coming up. September is here, and it's going to be a wild month for Barça. Very important matches, league matches, Champions League matches in which Barça will be playing, well, a lot of points. And of course, also starting off on the right foot in the UEFA Champions League, which last year, as you know, we were very close. We were about to make it to the final. There are 5 matches specifically, and we're going to analyze those 5 matches. We're going to go a bit in depth into each one of them. Although it's true that you'll already have the video of the potential lineup for Barça Valencia, you'll have it today or tomorrow. Between today and tomorrow, you'll also have the full video. All right? Well, to analyze what we're going to find in that Barça Valencia match, but what I want you to see first is who they are, right? Who are those 5 opponents we're going to face during this time? It's only 15 days, okay? From September 14th to September 28th. You can see it here, right? First is Barça versus Valencia. Then Newcastle versus Barça for the first Champions League match day, followed by Barça versus Getafe at Johan Cruyff Stadium. Then we'll go to Oviedo for the Oviedo versus Barça match. You already know Oviedo. It's going to be tough in the end to have an opponent with such a small field where they put a lot of pressure on you. I think it's going to be tough, more difficult than we thought, I believe. And finally, we'll end in Barcelona again, this time likely at Camp Nou, with the Barça Real Sociedad match. Hit the like button and subscribe because you're going to get right into it. At the very least, let's analyze a bit what's coming up with these matches. The first one, that Barça Valencia match, you're going to have, like I said, that deeper analysis, right? A more in-depth one is already on the channel between today and tomorrow. Don't miss it. Barça Valencia. How's Valencia? They're 8th in the league with a recent win, loss, and draw. That is to say, Valencia has already done absolutely everything in these first rounds of the league. Valencia, well, last year they were very consistent, but this year I see them as being more motivated. For now, like I said, they're right up there. Although it's true that we've only played 3 rounds of the league so far. They're just 3 points behind Barça. As you know, we're 7th, right? We're 7th. So for the first match, I'm going to go out on a limb too, and I'm going to give a prediction. I think this match will end with a Barça 3, Valencia 0, okay? That would be my prediction. Everyone leave your prediction in the chat, okay? Let's see if anyone gets the results of these 5 matches, right? Come on. Barça 3, Valencia 0, that's the first match. Do you remember the match starts this Sunday the 14th at 9 post-meridium? But, as always, you know it. Starting at 7, 2 hours earlier, we'll already be here to provide top pre-game coverage and information. Let's see what's happening in the pre-game before the match between Barça and Valencia. All right, next match, we're going to have a Newcastle-Barça. In this case, okay? Newcastle-Barça, a Champions League match. But let's analyze a bit how Newcastle is coming into this. Look. How far down do you have to go to see them in the Premier League table? So far, the team of Petrodollars, look, 2 draws and 1 loss, only 2 points. Very good, huh? Isn't Newcastle coming in very well? So I'm going to say that Barça, this match, they're going to play it. But watch out, okay? In England, matches are always tough and complicated against the Premier team. I think Barça is going to win this match, but it's going to be a bit harder for them. I'm going to say Newcastle 1, Barça 2. You already know Newcastle's lineup. Well, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Joelinton, Waltermid, one of this year's major signings, and Delanga, also among their top players. And in the end, well, they have a strong squad. Ranzal is also a goalkeeper, but Pope is currently starting. The time will come to analyze each of the teams in more depth as well, like I said. Okay? We already have those potential starting 11s 2 or 3 days before we play those teams that week. See, I'll try to figure out both Barça's and Newcastle's lineups, or whichever opponent, and get ready for the next match. It's going to be nothing more and nothing less than a Barça Getafe. But how is Getafe coming into this? They're doing well. Are they in 6th place? And it's always a team that makes things really tough for Barça, honestly. It's always a team that makes it very difficult for us. They give it their all when playing against Barça. And this Getafe under Bordalas, Getafe, in the first 3 matches of the league, to be precise, they've already won 2 games and drawn 1. They're coming in ranked 6th. Not bad at all, huh? Getafe is 6th. This would be Barça's 3rd tough match, right? That first match against Valencia, Newcastle's 3rd match against Getafe, as I mentioned, right? They're going to make it very tough for us, very difficult. But honestly, I mean, I think Barca is going to win this match too. It will definitely be played at the Johan, as we've said. I think that could even work a bit better for us, actually. So I'm going to say Barca 4. Getafe will score 2 goals against us. I don't know why, but Getafe, even though they're not a team that usually attacks much, you know, they're a very good team, very tough, especially in defense, and that they're only going to come out when it's really necessary. In fact, I think we're even going to start this match losing. Remember this. Someone remind me if this actually happens. Because in 10 days, we're going to have a Barça-Getafe match, which is going to be crazy, a crazy match. So I'm telling you now and giving you a heads up. A Getafe team that, as their own coach always says, according to Darlas, the important thing is to win the match. I mean, they're going to win the match, no matter what, by any means necessary. There's no problem in winning it. If they need to stay on the ground for 30 minutes and the match ends at 60 minutes, then that's when it will end. Because they're after what they're after, to win the match by any means. So don't forget about that Barça-Getafe game. I predicted 4-2, and we'll start by losing, but come back. Can we do it? Come on. And the other match after that, it's going to be that Oviedo-Barça match. An Oviedo that's coming in for now. We'll play against Oviedo in exactly 14 days. This match would be on Thursday the 25th, starting at 9:30. Not 9, it's 9:30. And an Oviedo team that so far has lost 2 matches and won the first one. They've won 1 match, lost 2, and have 3 points in the Esports League so far. Currently, they are placed as, well, in the lower half of the table. They're not very well positioned at the moment. But this can change. This can change a lot because we're at the beginning of the league. And any game you win or lose can catapult you or send you to hell. So, for now, I'm telling you that this match at the Tartier is also going to be very tough. I don't think there's an easy match this year. Not at all, but playing as well. Facing a newly promoted team, unfamiliar with the field, will make things very complicated. For this match, I'm going to say Oviedo 0, Barça 1. I just have a feeling that's how it will go. One of the most complicated and difficult to get through. And finally, we're going to have that Barça-Real Sociedad match, which, by the way, it looks like it's going to be played at the Spotify camp, right? A reason to be very happy. Match day number 7, Sunday, September 28th. That would be the last of the 5 games we discussed. And, well, both Barça and Real Sociedad. A Real Sociedad that, for now, is actually even lower than Oviedo. 17th, they're doing really badly. They're coming in like Atletico. Both teams have started the season really poorly, but in the end, they're always players who step up. With Take, Kubo, with Goyar, Zaval and company. For this match at the Spotify camp, I wouldn't say that. Maybe it's the pressure we feel, but I think it'll work in our favor. We're excited to return to the temple. I'm going to say Barça 5, Real Sociedad 1. I'll stop here. That's my prediction. Others can share theirs too. In the chat, guys, this is the rundown of the 5 matches we have in a month, in practically 15 days. Actually, to be more precise. So let me know in the comments, what's your opinion? Will we win all the matches or lose any of them? I'm reading your comments, Barca today and always.